I think the most important thing is to be prepared, actually, for both parties. There's no bigger waste of time than two parties not being prepared. I think after that, really, it's that you both understand your LNG value chain. In other words, the drivers for your project, what will make it successful, what won't, where your hard brakes are, where they're not, but also thinking about where your counterparties' brakes are, understanding their value chain. That way, the two of you are reaching a solution both of you can live with. Not something where parties are negotiating solely for their best interest, because that's not how projects get done. On the whole, they get done when the two parties are focusing on commonly acceptable goals and a value chain that will work for everyone. Because in this industry, to get the molecules from the ground all the way to the consumer is quite a long distance, and there's a lot of people involved, including banks, including multiple counterparties, and if it doesn't work for everyone, it won't work for anyone. Well, starting about 10 or 12 years ago, DES contracts started to have a lot of flexibility for buyer and sometimes seller as well to deliver to different destinations. And for a while, this was the primary driver of flexibility. Today's market, flexibility has absolutely exploded. You have reloading that's going on, you have contracts being signed in the US and other places really that are for FOB deliveries without any destination limitations. And it's sort of back to the future, because this is where contracts were a number of years ago. It went from a point-to-point trade where there was absolute flexibility but nowhere else to take the cargo, to a destination limited market, and now we're, I think, heading back to a very open market, whether it's through contractual flexibility or it's through just buying the cargoes and having absolute destination flexibility from that moment. And so what you'll see is a more liquid market, because there are many options for getting cargoes, many options for replacing cargoes, for flexibility and swing. And you'll see a market that's going to develop in a way that you can not only support your current business line, but you can supply to emerging countries, where you can bring additional volumes, where you can move volumes in times of crisis, or where the industry's demand can be met. And I think it's a fundamental change, and I think from now until 2020, it's going to be one of the biggest market changes, is that these volumes, these more flexible volumes, are going to be coming onto the market and will be probably fully available by 2020. And the absolute liquidity of the market is going to be much greater than anything we've ever seen.